Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Vishakha Sherke from Universal College of Engineering, Computer Department. Today's topic is K nearest neighbor, that is KNN algorithm. KNN is simplest and commonly used algorithm. It is one of the supervised learning algorithm and generally it is based on the distance parameter of other data set. Here you can see that the KNN algorithm is based on the feature similarity. So now what do we mean by the feature similarity? Take this example. Suppose this data point marked as a question mark in the yellow color. If you want to find its class, either it belongs to the class A, that is red, or it belongs to class B. So how you can decide this particular problem? So KNN algorithm is based on the distance of that point from the two different classes. So it will find the distance between this point, or any other points, and the one which have the smallest distance, that point will belong to that particular class. KNN algorithm is called as the lazy learning algorithm. Why the word is lazy for this? Because this algorithm is simply work on the assumption, okay, and generally only for during the training data set it do not use any other point rather than the distance, so there is no any generalization. Here the advantage is that there is no explicit training is required, and whatever the training is there, it is quite fast. But generally, as it is mentioned that there is a lack of generalization, means that KNN there is a very minimal time for the there is minimal time for the training. Generally in KNN, advantage is that it is a simple algorithm, okay, and mostly it is used for the real life application. Now real life application means what? In real life, to whom we called as a neighbor, okay, the one who lives nearby us. If I ask you that which lab is nearby your classroom, computer lab or lab 307 or 327, so of course you will measure the distance as 307 or 327. These both labs are nearby our classroom, so definitely these are the nearest neighbor for us. Whereas admin or computer center or any other location which is a far away from our classroom, so that will not considered as a neighbor of our classroom. So see the example, okay. So let us consider this this is one survey which is conducted for deciding whether a spatial paper tissue is good or not. So there are two attributes are considered for this. First is acid durability and second is strength. So there are 4 data points are given to you. Now what is the problem? The factory produces a new paper tissue, okay, and there is the acid durability of that paper is 3 and strength is 7. So as you can see that 3 and 7 is unseen data for us. So how we can decide the output for that particular data point? So here is the solution. So there are total 5 steps of this algorithm. First, you have to decide out of these data points how many neighbors you are going to consider for this new point, okay. There are 4 points. You can consider 2 data point as a neighbor or 3 data point as a neighbor, okay. So here first is determine the parameter, that is number of nearest neighbor. Second, you have to find, as I told you that KNN algorithm always works on the distance parameter. So find the distance of the new point with respect to the other data point, okay. So second is calculate the distance between the existing data point and new data point. Next step, you have to, whatever the data you have collected, distances, you have to sort the distances and determine the nearest neighbor based on the minimum to maximum distance. And last, after deciding the neighbor, find its output class from the given classification. Let's see the example so that you can understand the concept very well. So in this example, as this is the unseen data, that is x1 is 3 and x2 is 7, okay, you have to find the data class of this particular paper. So according to the first point, okay, what you will find, okay, our first step is determine the parameter, how many nearest neighbor you are going to consider. So let us assume that we are going to consider 3 data points as the neighbor point of the given sample out of 4 instances. Okay, it depends on you. You can consider 2, you can consider 4. Okay, it depends on the how many tuples are given in the given table. Second point, what we have to do, we have to find the distances of the given data point. So this is the distance formula we will use for the finding the distances. Okay, we have used here square distance. Okay, so that's why the square root is cancelled. So what is that formula? You are aware that distance formula, x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square, and square root of that gives the distance. Here we are using to use the square distance, that's why the square root gets cancelled. This is our data point where x1 is 3, okay, y1 is 7. So find the distances of the given data point 7, 7. How you will calculate? 7 minus 3 bracket square, 7 minus 7 bracket square, okay, which is 16. Similarly, second data point, okay, 7 and 4. 7 minus 3 bracket square, 4 minus 7 bracket square, that the distance is 25. Okay, then 3 minus 3, that is 0, and 4 minus 3, that is 3 bracket square, that is a 9. 1 minus 3 bracket square plus 4 minus 7 bracket square, that distance is 13. Okay, so in the second step we have calculated the distances of the all data points from the new point. Now next step, now as you are rank the given distances, okay, rank the given sample based on the distances. Okay, which is the minimum? 9 is the minimum, so we will rank it as 1. Okay, ascending order, sort this distance in ascending order and give the ranking. So 9 is first rank, 13 is the second rank, 16 is the third rank, and 25 is the fourth rank. Okay, are you getting how we have done the ranking? Ranking is based on the ascending order of the square distances. Now next we have to, as we have decided, we are going to consider how many neighbors. Okay, we have decided that we will consider only 3 data points, okay, from the given data set as a neighbor. So my first rank, okay, can I consider it as a neighbor? Yes. Second rank, can I consider it as a neighbor? Yes. Third, can I consider it as a neighbor? Yes. And fourth, of course, the distance is far away from the data point, so the answer is no. Okay, we cannot consider it as a neighbor. So we have got our 3 neighbor for the given data sample. Next, in the next step, what we have to find? We have sorted and we have find the neighbor. Now decide their output classification with the given data. Okay, so our next step is category. We will write the given category, okay, from the given data set. So write the category for first rank, second rank, and third with the help of given data. Okay, first, second, and third. So good, and bad. Okay, so we have written the categories good, and bad. So see the output. Okay, till our answer is not completed. Now, as I told you, k nearest neighbor is a very lazy algorithm. So it simply finds the majority of the output. Okay, it's simply majority of the category of the nearest neighbor for the prediction value. Okay, as we have decided that we will consider only 3 neighbor. Okay, so out of 3 there are 2, we have got 2 good category and 1 is bad category. Okay, so what is the majority here? Here majority is the category good. Okay, as this second 2 is greater than 1, so by voting, what is our final answer? X1 equal to 3 and X2 equal to 7 can be classified as the good category. Okay, Are you getting this example? It is very easy. Just remember, just recall the concept. Okay, K nearest neighbor is a supervised learning algorithm. It is very simple and it is commonly used for the real life problem. Okay, non-parametric means it don't accept any other parameter rather than the distance of the particular data point with the other data point. It is the lazy learning algorithm because it simply works. There is no generalization. It simply assumption. It simply assume the distance as the qualifying category. It works on the feature similarity. Okay, according to the distance, whatever the feature this particular point is following, the same feature follows by the new data point. In this example, they have asked us to find the category of this paper. Okay, what kind of paper belongs, either this is a good paper or bad paper. So what we have done, first of all, you have to find how many data points you are going to consider for the as a neighbor. Okay, mostly first of all, selection of the even number will be the good choice. Okay, if you select the even number for the neighbor, then there may be tie. Okay, so one thing here, while selecting the neighbors, select the odd number. Okay, select the odd number for the neighbors. Okay, even number may tie the answer. Second, after that, find the distance of the given data point using the distance formula. Okay, next, on that distances, give the rank for that data which can be the closest neighbor. Okay, the one which the minimum distance is the closest neighbor. Okay, second, next, after finding the neighbor, what is their category, derive that category from the given data. Okay, and after category, find the majority of the category. Okay, suppose the major votes belongs to one particular class, then the new data point belongs to that class. Here major vote belongs to the class good, so that's why our x1 and x2, that is 3 and 7, belongs to the good category. Okay, thank you students for patiently listening to my lecture. If you have any query, please post your questions or query on our Google Classroom. Okay, stay home, stay blessed, take care, bye.